Prophet Solomon was a just and wise leader. He was the great leader of the children of Israel who had inherited his father's kingdom. He was a prophet who had the advantage of being able to understand the language of animals. Prophet Solomon's kingdom was very broad and large. Allah conquered the wind for Prophet Solomon's vehicle, and Allah also conquered the jinn to submit to Prophet Solomon. One day when Prophet Solomon and his palace troops arrived at the ant valley. When they reached the ant valley, an ant said, "O ants, go into your nests so that Prophet Solomon and his army will not trample you. They didn't notice us." Prophet Solomon smiled and laughed when he heard the ants' conversation. Then Prophet Solomon prayed, "O Allah, give me inspiration to remain grateful for the blessings that you have bestowed on my parents, and so that I do the good deeds that you approve of." Allah gave enormous power to Prophet Solomon. Prophet Solomon's kingdom extended from Baitul Maqdis to the Yemeni border. Indeed, he created the kingdom to call for Islamic teachings. One day when Prophet Solomon was traveling with his army and hooded bird, suddenly in the middle of the road, Prophet Sulaiman checked that the hooded bird was not there. Prophet Solomon wanted to punish and slaughter him, but when Hudhud came and he brought very important news to Prophet Solomon, he was not punished. Hudhud said that at that time he was in Yemen, in a country called Saba. In that country there was a queen named Balqis. He and his people were worshipping the sun. Queen Balqis is very rich. She has a throne made of gold and diamonds. Prophet Solomon, who heard Hudhud's explanation, was very surprised. How is it possible that in the world there are people who do not worship Allah? Moreover, what is worshipped is the sun, which is none other than God's creation. Queen Balqis, referred to in some literature as the Queen of Sheba, is a legendary figure whose story is told in various traditions, including the Quran, the Bible, and ancient history. He is known as the ruler of the kingdom of Saba, located in the region now known as Yemen. According to Arab tradition, Queen Balqis' real name was Balqis bint Shurabil. He was born in the land of Saba, a prosperous kingdom because of its strategic location as a center for the spice and incense trade. Balqis was the son of a king of Saba and a mother who was said to be from the jinn nation. This legend explains the extraordinary wisdom and personality possessed by Balqis, which is considered a divine gift. Since childhood, Balqis showed extraordinary intelligence. He was educated in various fields, including philosophy, government, and the art of war. Moreover, her extraordinary beauty earned her respect not only in her kingdom, but also in neighboring lands. When his father died, Balqis inherited the throne. However, not all nobles supported her leadership because she was a woman. With his intelligence, Balqis succeeded in uniting the kingdom's dignitaries through fair policies and extraordinary diplomatic skills. He led his people to prosperity, expanding trade networks and strengthening the military. One of the greatest legacies of the Saba kingdom under Balqis' leadership is the Marib Dam, a major project that supports a sophisticated irrigation system. This dam allowed agriculture to develop rapidly in the land of Saba, making it a prosperous and respected land. The most famous story about Queen Balqis is her meeting with Prophet Solomon, which is told in the Quran, Surah An-Naml, verses 22 to 44. This story began when the Hudhud bird, one of the followers of the Prophet Solomon, reported that he discovered a kingdom led by a very strong and respected woman. However, Hudhud also reported that the people of Saba worshiped the sun, not Allah. Prophet Solomon, who was famous for his wisdom, decided to invite Balqis to learn about the teachings of monotheism. Balqis received a letter from Prophet Sulaiman, which began with the sentence, "In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful." He gathered his advisors to discuss, but in the end decided to visit Prophet Solomon directly. Upon arriving at the palace of Prophet Solomon, Balqis was surprised by the wisdom and power of Prophet Solomon, including his ability to move Balqis' throne in the blink of an eye. Balqis finally realized the greatness of Allah and abandoned sun worship. She embraced the teachings of monotheism and praised Allah for all his greatness. After meeting Prophet Solomon, some narrations say that Balqis married Prophet Solomon and they ruled together in harmony. However, other sources say that Balqis returned to her country and continued her rule as a just and wise queen, bringing the teachings of monotheism to her people. Queen Balqis left an extraordinary legacy in history and mythology. she is revered as a symbol of wisdom, beauty, and the strength of a woman in leadership. Her name is still remembered in various traditions to this day. After receiving the teachings of monotheism from Prophet Solomon, Balqis returned to the kingdom of Saba with a heart filled with new faith. She brought the teachings to her people, inviting them to abandon sun worship and worship Allah. This process was not easy because sun worship had been a hereditary tradition in the land of Saba. However, Balqis' intelligence and authority as a leader made this transition easier. She began by improving the kingdom's policies to reflect the principles of justice taught by Prophet Solomon. Heavy taxes were reduced, laws were enforced fairly, and a new system of worship was established that respected local traditions that did not conflict with the teachings of monotheism. Balqis also held a grand celebration to announce her belief in Allah. In this event, she explained to her people about the greatness of Allah that she had witnessed firsthand in the palace of Prophet Solomon. Slowly, the people of Saba began to accept this change, until finally the teachings of monotheism became part of their lives. Balqis' story does not end with her meeting with Prophet Solomon. As two great leaders, they established strong diplomatic relations. Correspondence and exchange of gifts between the two kingdoms became commonplace. In several narrations, it is said that Prophet Solomon often sent envoys to give advice to Balqis regarding the implementation of the teachings of monotheism in her country. Meanwhile, Balqis also sent gifts in the form of spices, incense, and gold to Prophet Solomon, which became symbols of their friendship. In fact, there is a narration that says that Prophet Solomon once visited the kingdom of Saba. During his visit, Prophet Solomon was amazed by the progress of the country, especially the very advanced irrigation system. He praised Balqis' intelligence and wisdom in leading. History about the end of Queen Balqis' life varies. Some say that he died in his kingdom after ruling for many years with justice. As a leader, Balqis was respected until the end of his life, and his death was mourned by all the people of Saba. However, there is also a story that says that Balqis married Prophet Solomon and spent the rest of her life with him in Jerusalem. In this version, he continues to play an important role as an advisor and partner to Prophet Solomon, assisting in decision-making related to government and diplomacy. Despite the differences in the versions of the story, one thing that is certain is that Queen Balqis is remembered as one of the most influential female leaders in history. His name lives on in the legends, literature, and traditions of various cultures. Balqis' greatest legacy is his wisdom and inspiring leadership abilities. The monotheism, which was developed during his time, became a symbol of the glory of the land of Saba. This irrigation system was one of the engineering marvels of ancient times and brought extraordinary prosperity to its people. In addition, Balqis' story teaches important values, such as the importance of dialogue, willingness to change, and the power of women in leadership. As a queen, she showed that intelligence and wisdom are more important than gender, and that a good leader is one who prioritizes the welfare of her people. Queen Balqis is also a figure who is often featured in works of art, literature, and culture. In Arabic, Persian, and Ethiopian literature, her name is often cited as an example of a female leader who has overcome challenges. After ruling for many years, Balqis finally handed over the throne to her crown prince, who was known as a smart and pious young leader. She believed that a new leader with fresh energy would be better able to lead the kingdom of Saba to a brighter future. In her retirement, Balqis devoted her life to deepening her spirituality. She often reflected on the greatness of Allah that she witnessed during her life, including the extraordinary experience in the palace of Prophet Solomon. According to legend, Balqis died peacefully at an old age. She was buried in a place that is still believed to be near Marib. His grave is revered by his people, who regard him as a leader who brought prosperity and spiritual enlightenment to the kingdom of Saba. To this day, Queen Balqis' name lives on in legend and tradition. Her story is an inspiration to many, especially as an example that a female leader can achieve extraordinary success through intelligence, wisdom, and courage. The kingdom of Saba, although now only ruins remain, is still remembered as one of the great centers of civilization in the ancient world. The Marib Dam, built during Balqis' reign, still stands as a testament to the glory and innovation of her time. In addition, the story of Balqis and Prophet Solomon is a symbol of the friendship between two great leaders who came from different cultural and religious backgrounds, but were able to respect and learn from each other. Queen Balqis is not only a historical figure, but also an icon who symbolizes wisdom, beauty, and strength. Her story teaches universal values that are relevant today: justice, belief in God, and the importance of dialogue to achieve harmony.